All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. This is Brother Azariah from WFI, Jersey, Philly. All right, coming back with another video, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, Shalom. All right, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, you waxing mightier and mightier in your faith. All right, and Lord willing, you're also waxing mightier in your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in these last days. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to be touching on having respect for the elders. All right, I'm going to open up with a precept. This is the book of Proverbs, all right, 16 and verse 31. This is Proverbs 16 and 31. The hoary head, which is the head of gray hairs, the hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. So the Lord had to make that very plain upon tables. Because there's a lot of elders out here with a hoary head, but where they at? They in front of the liquor store, all right? They waiting to get that next $1 or $5 so they can go into the liquor store and buy a Bud Light, all right? And that Bud Light, that's not a good sign, all right? You know, when you see people standing outside of the liquor store and they drinking a Bud Light, that's not a good sign. I'm going to tell you that now, all right? Hey, some of you brothers and sisters watching, you may know that, all right? You may have ears to hear, all right? But, hey, they waiting in front of the liquor store for Bud Lights, man, all right? They trying to get a Fireball, some Saveca, all right? Those are not, their hoary head doesn't stand for glory, all right? The Lord is talking about those that are walking in His truth. You see these elders that have been laying the foundation of the Heavenly Father for years and years on end. Their hoary heads, it signifies glory. All right, it's a crown of glory, like the Lord just said. All right, so you have to honor them and you have to respect them, because when you see somebody and you see when you see an elder, you can't just kind of diss the elder and say, oh, he's an old man. All right, so what does this old man want now? All right, he kind of asks you to do something. You're like, no, I don't want to do it. You can't do that, all right? Because in the ancient world, the elders actually had a very important role in this truth, just like they do now. Let me go to the book of Numbers 11. Because even when Moses was ruling over Israel, all right, he had elders set up. There were 70 elders set up to help him rule over the congregation of Israel. This is Numbers 11, and I'm going to start at verse, I believe I want to start at 18. All right. Salakia. All right, this is Numbers 11 and verse 16. Salakia. All right, it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel. So the Lord, right now we see there's a lot of young brothers out there doing the work and etc. etc. Not only have there always been young brothers doing the work, but you've also had elders out there doing the work. All right, as we're seeing now. It says, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation. So these elders, they were officers, all right? They had, there was a chain of command. Our Moses wasn't just out there, you know, ruling over all them damn jakes by himself. He had 70 elders. He had the 12 princes of Israel. All right. He had these different men help him. Aaron. All right. It says, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take of the spirit which is upon thee. All right. So the spirit that was on Moses, the Lord says he's going to take that spirit off him. All right, or some of it from him, and will put it upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. So the Lord put it in the 70 elder spirits, all right, to bear the burden, the same burden that Moses bared over the children of Israel. Remember, Moses was giving out laws, all right? Moses was a teacher. He was a counselor, all right? He was a damn father damn near. All right, you know, Moses had a very important job. And not only that, he had to guide the children of Israel, cause them to go here, all right, and go yonder, tell them not to do this, and then tell them to do that, all right. He had a very important job, all right. Without Moses, Israel wasn't going to make it. Now, we just read that the Lord, he put that same spirit upon the 70 elders. So you had elders out there that was bearing the same burden on their backs and on their shoulders that Moses was bearing himself. So this to show you, the elders, all right, they got a very important role, man. These elders wasn't no fools, man. The elders wasn't no fools back then. All right, let me get this in the book of Sirach, the 25th chapter. All right, this is the book of Sirach 25, and I'm going to start at 4. It says, oh, how comely a thing is judgment for gray hairs. So you had the elders giving judgment, man. All right, and when you had some certain things going on, or you had to go to the judge, more than likely the judge, he was an elder, all right, and he had a hoary head. All right, I'm going to read that again from the top. It says, oh, how comely a thing is judgment for gray hairs, and for ancient men to know counsel. So they also knew counsel, all right. That's why when you talk to these elders, all right, a lot of the times they got a lot of stories, all right. They got a lot of analogies. They got a lot of experiences or things they went through or encountered themselves where they can come and teach you about it, show you something, all right. That's why Jake, they call them the OGs, all right. He said, well, I don't know what to do. Let me go talk to the OG. What would you do? All right, then the OG say, well, I remember when we used to do this, and now y'all doing this. All right, he's kind of giving you counseling. All right, why? Because he knew what's going on. All right. Remember, the Lord said there's no new thing under the sun. So everything us young brothers and sisters are encountering now, the elders, they've been there, done that. So they could kind of teach you something. All right. Continuing on. Verse 5. It says, oh, how comely is the wisdom of old men, and understanding and counsel to men of honor. All right. So these elder men, they had wisdom. The Lord gave them wisdom. Let me go to that in the book of Job, the 12th chapter. Job 12 and verse 12. All right, this is the book of Job 12 and verse 12. And it reads, it says, with the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. Because when you have a lot of days on the earth, you have experience. Remember, the Lord said real quick, let me go to Sirach 34 in verse 9. Or actually, it might be 32 and 9. All right, bear with me. I believe it's Sirach 34 and 9, actually. Come on, this is the book of Sirach 34 and verse 9. It says, a man that hath traveled, a man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. So your length of days, when you've been on the earth, for example, for 100 years, you've traveled to a lot of places, you've seen a lot of people, or you've experienced a lot of things that life may throw your way. So the elders, through the length of their days, they had a lot of wisdom. They could profess things that you've never seen before. They could speak on the behalf of things you've never heard of before. All right. The Lord bestowed upon them wisdom. This is Job 12 and verse 12 again. It says, with the ancient is wisdom, and the length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. All right. So playing upon tables, man, the elders, they kind of knew what was going on. Let's get another precept in Job 32 and verse 7. This is the book of Job 32 and verse 7. It says, I said, days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty. It says, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. So yes, we do know the length of days does give you understanding. But again, there is a lot of old heads that's not in the truth. They've lived for 90 years, but they can't really declare certain wisdom to you. They can't declare the wisdom that you need to you. Why? Because like he just said, there's a spirit in a man, and the Most High has to give you that understanding. So don't be trying to go to these elders out here on the street corners that's on the block and you trying to get some wisdom from these brothers. All right, don't go and do that, man. All right, they're gonna probably tell you how to sell weed. All right, they're gonna say, well, you know, we used to sell weed like this, but y'all doing it like that. That's why y'all getting locked up so much. All right, they're gonna teach you wisdom of the world, man. We don't want the wisdom of the world anymore. All right, that's done. We regurgitated that. It's filthy. It's an abomination unto us. Now, it's time to seek counsel from the elders that we have in this truth, man. All right? You know? So when an elder, and he comes to you, all right, and he's talking to you, it'll be wise to listen to him. All right? It's wise to listen to the discourse of an elder. All right? Let me get this real quick. Slakia. This is the book of Sirach, all right, 8 and verse 9. It says, miss not the discourse of the elders. All right, not the elders in the world. Because even we could take the elders in the world, for example. Now, when you was in the world and you used to talk to your OG or your elder or whatever, he'll give, you might you was trying to go to him for just for some sugar. Or you end up sitting there for the next 2 hours talking about life. All right? And the conversation is good, you're loving it. It's not a conversation where you're like, he's talking so much, I want to go home. No, it's a good conversation. Or you feel like you're stuck there. All right? That's why the Lord said, I'm going to read this again. It says, miss not the discourse of the elders. So you don't want to avoid conversations from the elders. If the elders talking to you, hey, listen to them. All right? I remember my first time meeting the elders was when I really came in this truth. Well, when I came to this camp, and we had a unity camp. I was speaking to an elder. He was giving, you know, certain words of wisdom. All right, and I took it and I actually applied it to my life. All right, he kind of revealed something to me that I really didn't see myself. All right, and now I apply it to my everyday thought process. That's what the Lord said. Miss not the discourse of an elder. It says, for they also learned of their fathers. So you're getting generational wealth, but mental wealth or understanding, wisdom. All right? When you talk to an elder, you've gotten the wisdom from thousands of years ago, because what? His fathers taught him, and so on and so forth. So you're gaining a lot of wisdom just by talking to one elder. You're getting the wisdom of what? You could be getting the wisdom of 10,000 men, all right, 100,000 men. You never know. Why? Because the wisdom is passed on and on and on. Just like me and my father. Me and my father have conversations, all right, and we talk about a lot of things. He says, "Well, I got this from my dad." All right. Obviously, his dad also got it from his dad. So you're getting years and years of wisdom. All right. It says, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need required. All right. So that's playing upon tables, man. So these elders, they do have a spot in Israel. Don't be trying to take the don't be just trying to look at the elders and say, well, you know, they kind of belong in a retirement home. Hell no, they don't belong in a retirement home, man. All right, they out here doing the work just like you are. It's a lot of elders that's out here doing the work of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, in truth and sincerity. It'll be wise to honor them, to have respect unto them. All right, let me get this in the book of 1 Peter. All right, 5 and verse 5. Slack here. This is the book of 1 Peter 5 and verse 5. All right, 1 Peter 5 and 5, and it reads, it says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Meaning you have to have respect unto the elder. Listen to the elder. If the elder grab you up and say, brother, hey, come here, come talk to me, brother. Don't say, well, you know, Slacky, I got to go talk to my Akim over here. I want to go play basketball. I want to go do that. Now, you better submit yourself under the elder, man. Listen. All right, that's the order. All right. It says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yeah, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For Yahweh resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. So he also said, subject. It says Slakia. It says, yeah, all of you be subject one to another. So sometimes even the elders have to be subject unto the younger, because again, not every elder has the deep breakdowns and the understandings that you may want from the Bible. Now the Lord may have put on your spirit to be able to teach an elder, vice versa. That's why the Lord said, be subject one unto another. You're not gonna take certain counseling from certain men. Yet, even though the elder may be in the truth, but not every elder has wisdom. You have to be able to discern what the scriptures is saying. You want to take counsel from an elder that knows what's going on in the scriptures, or he can show you something even in life, period. All right? But don't take counsel from an elder just he got fringes on and you talking about madness. Oh, the scriptures did say, don't miss the discourse of an elder. All right? But you got to have wisdom, man. All right? You got to know what the hell's going on. All right, so like he just said, all right, you got to be subject one to another and be clothed with humility. It takes a lot of humility for a young brother to submit himself or be subject unto an elder. Why? Because like we just read in the scriptures, the Lord just said, the young man, his youth is his strength. All right. So now that's when you're at your top game, when you're young. An elder, he's kind of declining in this thing. So for a man to be, going up the ladder versus a man that's going down the ladder, but yet the man that's going up the ladder is still submitting himself to the man that's going down the ladder, that takes humility. Vice versa. The man that's going down the ladder, he already was at the top of the ladder. All right? And he's looking at you like you're just going up. So for him to also submit himself under a younger brother, that takes humility. All right. It says, for Yahweh resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. All right. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. All right. So you see, the Lord is telling you, you got to respect these elders, man. All right. You can't be disrespecting the elders. All right, let me get this in 1 Timothy 5 and verse 1. All right, some brothers don't understand this precept neither, but I'm going to break it down, Lord willing. All right, this is 1 Timothy 5 and 1. It says, rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. Now, this is not telling you can't get on an elder. All right, how do we know that? Let's go to Sirach 42 and verse 8. If an elder is going off, you got to rebuke him. All right? That's not what that's saying. It's the book, because if it was saying that, then these two precepts contradict one another, and we know the words of God don't do that. This is Sirach 42 and 8. It says, be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish, and the extreme age that contendeth with those that are young. So sometimes you'll have a younger brother arguing with an older brother. All right? Let's keep going. It says, thus shalt thou be truly learned and approved of all men living. All right. So he said, don't be scared to rebuke at the extreme in age. So now, what does this mean in 1 Timothy 5 and verse 1? Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. All right. Remember, the Lord said this in Sirach 20, all right, in verse 1. It's the book of Sirach 20 and verse 1. There is a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue and he's wise. So there's a rebuke that's not comely. Sometimes, for example, say a brother, he may have bought candy on the Sabbath. He just came in the truth. He may have bought candy on the Sabbath. Now you've been in the truth for 5 years, so you know damn well that's going off. Now you go to the brother and you're like, what? You buying on the Sabbath? What the hell's wrong with you? The Lord gonna destroy you. Then you go to Exodus 35 in verse 3 and read verse 2. Whosoever breaketh the Sabbath or doeth work on the Sabbath is gonna get put to death. Paraphrasing. All right. Now that's a rebuke that's not common, because now you may scare him away from the truth, man. All right, everybody messes up, especially the brother that just came in. So with an elder, you can't disrespect the elder when you're rebuking him, because that would be disrespect. when you're talking at someone versus talking to them. That's what 1 Timothy 5:1 is more so going into. It's saying not to talk at an elder. All right, let's prove that. Let's go to Sirach 8 and verse 6. This is the book of Sirach 8 and verse 6. It says, dishonor not a man in his old age, for even some of us wax old. So the Lord said, don't dishonor a man in his old age. Don't look at him and say, well, you know, you getting older and you feel as if you could just talk down at him. Speak at him. All right, as if he's a dog or he's your pet. No, that's why the Lord said, rebuke not an elder. Don't rebuke him uncommonly. All right, rebuke him according to the scriptures, of course, but do it in its right, in the right way. All right, you know. So as we just seen, and the Lord's telling you gotta respect your elders, man. All right, let me get one last precept. I'm gonna close out with this. Leviticus 19 and verse 32. It's the book of Leviticus 19 and verse 32. It says, Salakia, it says, thou shalt rise up before the hoary head. So you brothers, when you saluting elders, you gotta rise up. All right, you don't, when an elder's coming to salute you, you don't sit down. You don't, that's not what you do. All right, you have to stand up, rise before the hoary head. All right, it says, thou shalt rise before the hoary head. Now, because that's a sign of respect. You see in a lot of Roman movies or gladiator movies, for example, when you see, or even any movie dealing with a king or a man of honor, when the king or the man of honor is walking through, all right, everyone either kneels down on their knees or they stand up and rise. Especially with a king. You know, you may have his royal subjects sitting in the ballroom. All right, they're sitting down, you know, chatting it up. Then when he comes in, it gets quiet and everyone stands up and they're watching him as he walks to his throne. That's how you have to look at an elder. All right, when the elder's walking through and saluting you, all right, you have to rise up before the hoary head. Or even when the elder is giving a speech, or he's getting ready to say something to the whole congregation, or to the men or women that's in the room, you have to rise up before him. All right, depending on the situation. Again, this all comes down to discernment. This is Leviticus 19 and 32 again. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man and fear thy God. I am the Lord. So with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ, and Kwam Yashala.